back to my channel. I'm Ashley and this is my stitching corner. As you can see, today we are joined by Faith who is trying to stay cool just like the rest of us. Here in Nova Scotia it's hot and it's been so humid for like the last week, and we don't have air conditioning in our house, so that's been joyful. So I've got the ceiling fan on, I have the side fan on, and she's just sprawled out. Yeah, it's like 80 degrees in our house right now, so it's warm. I'm melting. Needless to say, barn work was exhausting this morning, because it was just so hot. Like, I would go to the manure pile and then come back and just be dripping. Like, it was terrible. Anyways, hello everyone, and welcome to any new subscribers that have come. Welcome to all my existing viewers. Today I am showing you my mid-year WIP Parade, which is not that big because, as we know, a lot's just been going on. So I don't really have a lot to show. Maybe not as, like, I can't even, did I do a WIP Parade at the beginning of this year? I can't even remember that, to be honest with you. I did, like, go back on previous videos to see what projects I worked on this year, and, like, I don't even remember if I did the beginning of the year WIP Parade. I think I did. Anyway, so I have my pile here, and I do obviously, I say obviously like everybody's known, I do have one finish from this year. It was a start and a finish, so it's not really part of like the existing WIP Parade, like stuff that was in my last video, but I'm gonna involve it anyways because it still happened. So I'll start with that, and then I'll jump right into the WIP Parade, my other WIPs. So the first and only finish that I had this year so far was a Lizzie Kate design called Welcome All Seasons, and I did not bring the whole pamphlet up here, so I will insert a picture here of what the whole pattern looks like. And this is the finish. Just a second. Let me get something to help. Books. Good for more than just, yeah. So this is the finish. And this was stitched on an 18 count Fiddler's Aida. And this is the spring portion, of course. And today I do plan on starting the summer portion, because it's July, and yeah, I figured I'd just do that. So that is a planned start for this month, so hopefully that will be like a quick and easy stitch to do. Alright, so there's going to be no particular order to these, like no order of like start dates or anything like that. However, I am hoping that with my new planner and everything that I have, that upcoming videos will be a little bit more informative as to what I have stitched and what is stitched on and when it started, etc., etc. I'm trying really hard to like get back into not necessarily journaling, but like keeping notes. Yeah. Anyway, moving along. So my first WIP that I've worked on this year, which was part of WIP Go, was my Fairy of the Rainbow by Joan Elliott, and I absolutely love her. She's a stunner. And now I don't know how well this is gonna go. Oops. Of course, it would drop down on the floor. Just a sec. Okay. So I don't know how well this is gonna go for showing fabrics and stuff. Of course, like I've been in like a different lighting situations. So anyways, this is where she is now, and I'm gonna have to get that piece of paper, aren't I? Hopefully this works, guys, because no matter what room in my house I tried to film this in, the lighting situation was atrocious. So this is currently where she's at. So I'm loving the colors in her. She's beautiful. And I do believe this is being stitched on the called for fabric, which I believe is Raindrops from Pole Stitches. Yeah, Raindrops by Pole Stitches in the 28 count Lugana. And if that's any different, then I'll put that in the footnotes below. But yeah, so she's really pretty, and I love the colors on her, and I can't wait to get back on her. But she is not going to be a focus for this year, unfortunately. I do have another Joan Elliott this year, after I've finished Canadian Beauty, that I do want to work on and get finished. So, and I keep forgetting, like, I never post a before versus an after photo, because that's like an incredible amount of work for editing, and I don't know how well to get that to work. I can try. So you've seen the after, but if I can think of putting it in now, I'll put in the before of where she was at the beginning of the year. And then moving on, so that was that one. And then the next one is my Riolis Blue Jays kit that I am super behind on, because it was a sale between Cat Talks and Calico and myself, and I like dropped right off. And like I'm so behind. Obviously, this is like, I hope you guys can stay focused here, because she's being a ham. Like, oh, were you acting like you're sleeping? Huh? Yeah, she wants to steal my thunder here. Anyways, oh my gosh, this looks so small compared to what I thought it was. Oh my god, okay. When you haven't seen a project in a while and you're like, I thought this was bigger. I really thought this was a bigger project. Oh my gosh, okay. So this is where I am with that one. And maybe I should like put them over here. Maybe you guys can see better, maybe not. Like I said, the lighting situation in this room is atrocious. So yeah, he's doing really well. I think this is going to be a focus for finish this year. So I have yet to make up sort of like a rotation. I know rotations hardly ever work for me, because I always say I'm going to do it and then I never do it. But I really do want to, because I really do want to get more finishes this year, and this guy really deserves to be finished, at least by winter. So, and again, I forgot to say, I think I did, forgot to say, here's a before for those guys. So they are quite, I mean, they're well on the way to being finished. Oh golly, this situation is not my favorite. I'd be in the dining room, but like people are home, and you know how I feel about filming when people are home, so I decided to be somewhere where there's privacy. And my basement situation still is not, I still haven't figured that out. Like, I had to bring that piece of paper upstairs, thinking that, not even really realizing that I need it up here. But I need it downstairs for sure too, because I don't know. Anyways, my next WIP is my Mirabilia Aphrodite Mermaid. And if I can remember, here's a before photo. And, oops, I'm dropping things on the floor. I should be okay. This is where she's at now. So, I would say quite a bit of progress since maybe last, even that you guys saw it, because I've started working up her body and into her arms and stuff. So, yeah, she's coming along great, and I cannot, for the life of me right at the moment, remember what she's being stitched on. I know it is 28 count Lugana, but I don't know the color and the company. So if I can figure that out, I'll put it in here. And that is that one. So she's coming along a little bit. Alright, the next one is a dimensions kit. I'm going to make this like the fastest WIP Parade ever because I don't have that many projects. This is my Silent Flight by Dimensions. And this is a kit I am stitching for my fiance, who's going to be mad at me because I haven't been wearing my ring lately. Just because of all the barn work that I do, I don't like wearing my engagement ring to the barn, so I come home and I forget to. Anyway, better safe than lost or broken or all of that, you know. I try to wear it when we go out together so that, you know. Alrighty, and so this is where that guy is at now. So I've come along a little bit in this area here. This is really just, I need a better system here. I need like a piece of, I used to have a piece of, what do you call that? Why are your words hard right now? I blame the weather. I blame the fact that it's hot as hell. Okay, anyways, I need a piece of board to put in behind here that's more sturdy than this poster that I'm using. Anyway, so I worked in the mountain area there, and yeah, I really do need to get some more on this because it's beautiful. And yeah, so I have way too many dimensions kits on the go right now, and I need to like pick one and focus on it because it's just getting out of hand. Okay, and then this one was the new start for this year, and this is my Magnificent Wizard by Dimensions Gold Collection. And so since the beginning of the year, obviously he'll have had quite a bit of work because he's brand new. Well, I say brand new, but like I'm still stitching on him, but definitely need it for black fabric. This is okay. And this is currently where we are on him. I'm gonna try to fold that over a bit. There we go. So he's coming along nicely. So for a year's worth of work, I guess that's okay. Like I said, considering the fact that I don't really focus too much on one given thing at a time. So yeah, he's had quite a fair amount of work, and this is just being stitched on the kit fabric and stuff, same as my eagle. And now I'm going to include this one WIP, but I honestly haven't, I can't remember if she was a start this year or last year. I think it was this year, but I'm not 100%, but she's going to go in anyways as a new start for this year, because I have a feeling that I'd started her when we moved into the house, which was this year. So hopefully I'm right on that. And this is a design from, I hope I have the cover photo in here. I do. This is the Sailor Jupiter figure by Abby Sue Designs on Etsy. She's also on Instagram. This is to go with my Sailor Venus project, and this fan is going to have everything blowing all over the house. So I'll just use the cover photo. That's not going to work either. Oh my gosh, why is this so hard? Okay, that's literally all I got done this year, so that's pretty sad. So hopefully she can see some more work in the near future. She's a small project, so she really shouldn't take too long to do. But I'm just like the slowest stitcher on the planet, and so, and even more so now that I have 2 jobs, which really, I mean, I had the 2 jobs yesterday, and by the end of the day, by the end of the day, I was like completely and 100% done, because it was still so hot and humid, and we're just gonna take like a slight intermission here. It was just so hot and humid. I was just like melting all day long. And like physically I was done. Because after not working for so long, and then going straight back into like, first the barn work really did me in when I first started doing it. And then I went from doing barn work over to the racetrack to do a lot of more physical stuff. So by the end of the day, I was like a pile of jello. Because I was just, yeah, my body was so not. And I didn't even, like, I was sore this morning when I got up. I did not want to get out of bed. But then you get to the barn and the horses make you laugh. So then it's, you know, worth it. So, my boys always make me laugh. I call them my boys. They're not my horses, but they're my boys. Anybody else deal with horses and feels like that? Or animals in general? They're not yours, but they're yours, you know? All animals are my babies. I'm just that type of person. Okay. So I'm going to have to insert a cover photo for this one here. This is my Dandy Duo pattern. And this is a pattern by people on Twitch. Actually, Pick Stitch, I'm not 100% sure is like strictly on Twitch. He may actually also have like an Etsy or something like that. So I will try to figure that out and post it for you guys down below. So this was made by a collaboration between Pick Stitch and a Cup of Joe, or just Cup of Joe, not a Cup of Joe, Cup of Joe. And they're, I believe, just Twitch streamers, so that's their online handle anyway. So I'll do what I can for research and make sure you guys have links to them, if at all possible. And this was obviously a new start for this year, due to the fact that it is a new pattern for this community that I am part of. And so in the span of a year, oh golly, well, in the span of half a year, that's as much as I got done, which is not nearly enough, because I need to finish this by the end of the year, so I need to get my ass moving. Yeah. And I've come to the realization that I do understand that some people are not comfortable with colorful language, we'll put it. I am going to try not to swear a lot on my channel. But not swearing would be denying a part of who I am, and I'm done with that. So if the swearing isn't for you, I apologize. But a couple of curse words are going to be slipping out now and then, and that's just me. And if you can't handle me, then that's fine. So anyway, lots of progress to be done on this in the next 6 months, so I gotta get cracking. Alright, and then I have another project that was another new start this year. Like, what is going on? I need to not be starting all the things, right? Like, the rest of the year, no new starts, except for this Harry Potter thing that I'm doing. That'll be like the only other new start. Rocky Point by Dimensions Gold Collection. And I stitched this, and I started stitching this because of Calico. This was a start that I did to commemorate her birthday. So, I say Calico because that was her channel name, but it's Calico Whimsy. But if you know her, you know her. So, yeah, so this was to celebrate Christine for her birthday, and yeah, I love it. It's been fun. So obviously at the beginning of the year I hadn't started this yet, so this is currently the situation with that. So we're working, my golly, this is terrible. I apologize, guys. This is just like not the best situation. Okay, so there we go. So that's where I'm at now, and I've really enjoyed stitching on it. There's been a little bit of stitching since my last video on this as well. So yeah, we're getting slow progress, but we're getting there. Almost to the point where it's stitched as much as the wizard. Not quite though. Alright, next one up is my giant epic Pokemon Generation 1 by Lord Libidan. And I will insert a picture here of where I was at the beginning of the year, as well as the cover photo. And there's been progress on this since my last video as well. So I'm just gonna bear with me here, guys, for a second. I can do this one full scale because I have to fold the fabric over because it's so big. Shouldn't need the thing behind here. So this is where we're at now. I have stitched, as you can see, I'm trying not to block myself off there, I have stitched a lot more black in there. So the Pokemon that we are seeing now, if you're at all familiar with Pokemon, is Coughing, Wheezing, Execute, and Executor, and I think Gengar's ears are down here. So we're coming. But yeah, my goal for this now is to just stitch all the black. Because I am on a 310 kick for some reason. I just want to stitch the black on everything. So that is the goal for this. And this is really discolored fabric now because it's so old. So hopefully when it's done it gets like a really good wash and all the yellowing comes out. It's so bad. Anyway, what do you do with projects that are like super old, right? Okay, and this is my second to last project that I have to show you guys today, and that is my Canadian Beauty. Happy Canada Day, fellow Canadians. And I will be working on her for the rest of the day today, minus doing my start for the summer portion of my Lazy Kate. So she will come out and get lots of work today when I have time to work on her, because I have to edit this and upload it, and yeah, so. And there's been mediocre progress on her for this year. So if I can find a picture of where she was at the beginning of the year, I'll insert it now. And now we are, where's my poster board? Gosh, this is like the absolute worst. I hate having to do this. I really do hate having to do this. I need something that's more stable. Thread hanging off. Okay, so this is really not good. I thought this was going to be easier, but anyway, I'll stand up so you guys can see her. So this is where we are with her. I'm just going to hold her up, and I'll just do this with her. So I've been working on the baby fox at the bottom, and I absolutely love him. He's so cute. He just doesn't have most of his face yet, so he looks kind of weird. Big gaping hole in his face. Anyways, this, when I work on it, I'm happy with it. It's just, yeah, taking me way, way longer than it should be taking me. And the fabric is unknown on this one, so sorry about that, guys. Not much I can do in telling you the information that needs to be told. So this realistically is not going to be much longer than my regular videos, because I work pretty quickly with these things. Or at least I try to, because I don't want to like bore people, you know what I mean? I'm going to have to take this out of the Q-snap because I've worked on this a lot this year so far. And you guys already probably know what's coming, right? This has seen a lot of work this year, and a lot of, I say a lot of work, but like to you normal, massively crazy Hague stitchers, this is nothing, but to me it's a lot. And I'm going to fold this over as best I can so that I don't need my piece of paper. Try to move all my part threads out of the way. Just bear with me, guys, sorry. Okay, so this is, I'll insert a picture here. I would have my tablet, but it died. This is my Max Color Tiger Family in the Jungle by Jan Patrick Krasny and Heaven and Earth Designs. It is being stitched 1/1 on a 28 count Lagana by Zweigert, and it is the easy count. fabric. And I couldn't tell you how many stitches have been in this since I started this year, but this is where we're at now. So, lots of things happening here. All sorts of decisions have been made in the way of stitching for this. So, of course, I started in the top corner, I tried Royal Rose, then I started just stitching all black, and then I worked my way down to start Miss Mama Tiger at the bottom, and so she's coming along nicely. You can kind of sort of see her eye there. Yeah, and that needle minder is a Sylvia needle minder that I made myself. I haven't really mentioned my needle minders. Most of them are made by me, but not all of them. So yeah, that is where we're at with Tiger Family. So that is a significant jump from the beginning of the year, which, you know, the beginning of the year was still a lot of this page here. So, I mean, more people, you know, people that stitch heids regularly and just, you know, monogamously would be a lot farther than me. And I have this stupid idea in my brain that eventually I'll be able to catch up to Darren at where his is. Okay. I'm dreaming. I mean, I know he only stitches on his tigers once a week, but he's still a lot farther ahead than me, so I have a lot of stitching to do to even think about catching up. So, anyways, that concludes the WIP Parade. Hopefully everything looks good. I'm sorry that it's short. It would be twice as long if I had twice as many projects to show you guys. I just don't, because like I said, we've had a big move this year. Like we moved out of my mother-in-law's house and moved here, and I'm now working 2 jobs and have been for the last 2 months, so I've been really busy and just haven't had as much time to stitch as I would normally like. But I'm really hoping that soon I can start changing that again and focus more on being creative and doing things that I enjoy, like reading. As you can see, I have a stack at the side of my bed that is ready for reading, or I'm in the middle of reading some of them, and anyways, I've got a pile of books that I want to read, and I want to try to do more reading, and so yeah, so anyways, that is going to be it for me this time, guys. I'm not 100% sure whether there's going to be another video or not before we go to Ontario. I'm going to try really, really hard to film another one before we go. Probably not this coming Friday, but the following Friday. Again, because of the fact that every other Friday now we're trying to make a focus for family time. So I'll probably not film then. But so hopefully now my channel will go back to being every other week instead of every week. It's just the fact that with the new job, I don't have as much energy and time, obviously, to stitch, and so doing every week now just is not really possible for me. I just don't think it's worth it. So I'll do every other week again, and if things go well, we'll keep it at that. And if things aren't going well, then we might have to drop down to once a month, which I really don't like to do because I like to film and I like to post these videos for you guys. And yeah, and on the front of the Stitch With Me's that I've been doing, I've been trying really, really hard to get those to work out for me, and I just can't. For whatever reason, the setups that I do now have just been not working out, or the timing just hasn't worked. So hopefully you guys can start seeing some Stitch With Me's again soon, but like I really have to play with my setups for those, because it's just becoming really frustrating. Because I do have I have a Lowry stand, and I've got a really long gooseneck thing for my phone, and I've got a knot light for lighting, but like every time I try to put those 3 things together, it just doesn't want to work. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know if anybody's got any suggestions. I don't really want to change my equipment because I've already kind of spent enough money on that, so I have to kind of just work with what I got. So anyways, again, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this little WIP parade for the middle of the year. And I hope to see you guys on my next video. Take care, guys. Bye.